Yo! How's it going, folks? How's it going? Yeah, it's time. It's time! Oh, my goodness gracious me. We finally have a new head coach. So there's two clubs that I support. There's two. There's my hometown, Barrow, who are in League Two, who I believe still in search for a new head coach, as we separated from our previous head coach, Pete Wild, which is a shame, kind of left scratching the head, but it was mutual. They had different ideas, etc., and so he's left. Talking about another club that we like, though, Chelsea. Chelsea, yeah. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know. You see, this is difficult. This is difficult to talk about because we have hired. Oh, but it looks like it's pretty much here, there, now. I think it's very close to being announced. Enzo Maresca. Now, he was the head coach or the manager of Leicester City in the Championship last season. Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it. 100. Do I think that this is a great hiring? Hell no, I don't. But am I gonna have a hissy fit about it like all these other freaking weirdo Chelsea fans are? I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna make a whole hubbubaloo about it. You all wanted to suck off Poch. I don't get why. He failed. Okay? People go, oh, they're injuries. But the injuries. Blah, 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 blah. He had more than enough quality there to reach top four at least. He had more than enough quality there to get top four. And a trophy. He should have got the Carabao Cup, but lost to a bunch of kids. What does that tell you? That he wasn't good enough. His in-game management was dog blank. It was absolutely piss poor. Let's see. It's come to the point. Look, I don't think that Enzo Maresca is the one. I don't. Like, I'm going to be honest. Seems like a nice guy. Seems like he's a nice guy and whatnot. I just don't think he's the one. I think that our board and Dick and Dom or Dweedle and Twee or whoever it is, you know exactly who I'm going on about if you are a Chelsea fan. Dumb and Dumber. I think they fucked it again. But we can't just jump into it like all these other Chelsea fans have done. All these other Chelsea fans are it's like, oh, it'll be gone by it'll be gone by December. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick to death of all these Chelsea fans. All Chelsea fans seem to do nowadays is bitch, moan and cry. And we've forgotten our fucking standards. Where are our standards? Last season, we needed and wanted top four and a trophy. And he failed miserably at both. That's why Poch is gone. It's not just because he wanted more control. That was also another factor. It was another contributing factor to why the board were like, right, we're going to have to separate. Because you're wanting too much say so. You're wanting too much control. The big clubs, the Man Cities, the Arsenals, the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, they have scouts. Okay, they have scouts. They even have director of football. They have a director of football. And they, with the director of football and the scouts, they will go on about. They'll go to the manager first, and they'll get profiles of players that a profile. So they say that they're looking for a centre half that's big and strong, and is good in the air. So they will go and look for that profile of player, and then they will get about, say, a list of like 10 players, of 10 centre backs. They will bring it back to the head coach, and they will go, right, we have got these. This is what we suggest. We think this would be the best out of the lot, but ultimately it is your decision on who you think is best for you. Who do you think? That's what top clubs do. That's what the top clubs in world football do. The scouts will go off after getting the profiles from the manager, and the rest of the coaching staff will bugger off and they'll go and do their thing. They'll go and find that profile. They'll go and find those profiles that the manager and the coaches have asked for them to sign and to bring in to help bolster the squad. And then when they come back, they'll go, right, let's make the signing. And it's a little bit worrying that Pochettino didn't want Cole Palmer. He didn't want Moises Caicedo. He wanted to keep Mason Mount. And he wanted Dybala. Like, I'm sorry, Dybala is he's awful. I don't think he's a good player, and especially in the Premier League. I don't think he'll be able to cut it. I don't think he'll be able to hack it here in the Premier League. He's playing Italian league football for a long time, I believe. Why would he want to come over here, where it's a lot more physical and a lot more physical, and it's a lot more quicker? Why would he do it? Why would he do it to himself? It's just mind-boggling. But all these fans, all these Chelsea fans, all crying. Like I've been watching Carefree Lewis's live stream. A big shout out to Carefree Lewis. Love his stuff. I love that he is not, a typical Chelsea fan. That always looks for the excuse. That's always crying and bitching and moaning. He says it how it is, and that's why I like watching him, because he doesn't sugarcoat stuff. Like I completely agreed with him with the whole Pochettino aspect. Like it came to just after December, and that's when I had come to my wit's end with him. Because I was like, you've completely 180'd, or you completely turned from what you were at the beginning of the season, talking about we must compete, we must win, we are Chelsea. So then you're talking bullshit. And I'm like, going on about injuries. Talking about another bunch of bullshit. I'm like, get this clown out. You don't know what he's doing. He knows that he is way, way out of his depth. He's way out of his depth with this club. I thought that possibly, just possibly, we could, get top 4 at least last season. Because I thought, if we don't get a trophy, I'll be satisfied if we do get top 4. I'd be satisfied. Because that means we'd be in the Champions League next season. That's what I would be like, right, I'm satisfied with at least getting top 4 and getting Champions League football. I would have preferred that than getting the trophy. People ask me if it is. You want to know if it's real or not? This is real. I would have been satisfied if we had just accomplished top 4. If we had just accomplished top 4 without a trophy, I would have been satisfied. Because knowing that the next season we can build from that. We can build off it. And we could possibly, who knows, we could challenge for a trophy. We could possibly give those teams above us a little bit of a nudge, going, hey, we're coming. Watch out, we're coming. Give us another year or so. We're coming. We're not knocking on the door. That's what I wanted. But unfortunately, Poch wasn't good enough. And now we've got Enzo Maresca. As the board have stated, and the owners have stated, that they want a possession-based manager, which Maresca is, and he did very, very well with Leicester last season. in the Championship and got Leicester promoted back up to the Premier League. As you know, the structure of Leicester was actually pretty damn solid last season. It was. They scored a good amount of goals. Defence was fairly solid throughout the entire season. So I look at it from the aspects of what does he bring. He's going to fix that midfield big time. I don't think we're going to see inverted fullback shit. I do not think we're going to see inverted fullback. Hell no, we ain't going to see Cucurella playing as an inverted fullback next season. We're not going to see it. I think we're going to see Enzo. I think possibly 4-2-3-1 is going to be put in the bin. That's what I think. I think the 4-2-3-1 is going to be put in the bin, and it's going to be a 4-3-3. That's what I think is going to happen. From the midfield profiles that we've got, I don't think we're going to keep hold of Connor. I think we're going to get rid of Connor. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to cry or mourn if we get rid of Connor, because I've always said it from the beginning. I don't think Connor's good enough. I think he's a good squad player. He's basically a Mason Mount. Strange appointment. I won't say it's backwards. Because we haven't done it. Nothing's happened yet. Nothing's happened. Like, I always say, let's give him a chance. Like I did with Poch. I gave Poch a chance. I gave Poch till at least December. And I said, get him out. After it came to December time when he started waffling, I said, get him out. Get him out now, because he's waffling. He's completely turned from what he started off saying at the beginning of the season. He needs to go. But Maresca is exactly what Chelsea are looking for. And when I say Chelsea, I mean the owners and the board. They're looking for a possession-based manager. So Maresca is exactly that. Last season with Leicester, they did well. They're back up in the Premier League for next season. Their defence was solid. Their attack was good. The midfield was solid. Like, their structure was good. So I see it from that standpoint. He's going to have 10 times more talented players at his disposal to be able to work his structure better. You looked good at the end of the season, probably the most informed team other than C. But that's because, not just because of the manager, that's because of the players as well. Because the players realised after getting that thumping against Arsenal that we need to act up now. Like we need to straighten up, because we can't get battered like that against our London rivals 5 fucking goals to 0. We can't do that. But this might work out, but just seems an odd bit. Like, yeah, I'm not sitting here and saying I don't think it's an odd pick, etc. I do think it's an odd pick. I do think people, a lot of Chelsea fans going about De Zerbi. I don't rate De Zerbi that much either. Like, if we got De Zerbi or Maresca, I wouldn't have been that bothered. But I was like, either one of them, I don't care, because I don't think either one of them are the guy that's going to be the coach for us. I don't think they're going to be the one. But I hope that Maresca, he has now been brought in. I hope he proves me wrong. That's what I hope. I hope he proves me wrong. And he goes, inshallah. And comes in and absolutely obliterates everybody's expectations. He gets top 4. He gets the Conference League. He gets maybe an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. I want that. De Zerbi, I agree. And I've said it from the get-go. And a lot of Chelsea fans have been like, tell me, what has he accomplished? What has he accomplished? What has he accomplished? As a manager, he's accomplished sort of all. Good manager, but not good enough for a top team. Exactly. He's perfect for a Brighton, a Southampton. A smaller club like that's going to do okay and maybe get, the top end of the table, in between, I don't know, in between 3rd and 10th, in between that region. That's where I believe that De Zerbi belongs in, you know. But is he a good enough manager to go Champions League or anything? No. We've seen it. We've seen it. It's a no. It doesn't matter about injuries. I can't stand it when people keep going on about injuries. I can't stand it. Like, Chelsea last season, yeah, I understand that there was some issue. But that was because that at the beginning there was at least, about in between 5 to 8 first-team players out injured. So, like, yeah, a little bit of leeway. But as the season went on, Poch just carry on talking nonsense. I'm like, get him out. You can't keep going and leaning back onto the injury issue. It's his fault as well because of the injuries. The pressure at United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool is next level. You need to include City in there as well. It is 100% because these are clubs that have fans that are expectant of we are the best. We are the best and we need to win. Win. You know, whatever competition it is, whatever league you're in, I'm gonna win that. That's the kind of mentality these fans have. It's the mentality that fans have. It is. It's the matter. Like, Chelsea fans are far too expectant of winning shit, and I'm like, when I saw this takeover, I was like, I am not going to be adamant of wanting to win straight away. I know that's going to take a little bit of time, but do I want to win maybe one trophy here and there? You bet your bottom dollar. You bet your bottom dollar will do. But like I said last season, if we didn't win a trophy but got top 4, would I have been satisfied? Yeah, I would have been satisfied. I wouldn't have been extremely happy, but I'd be satisfied because we got Champions League football for the season after. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, fuck yeah. I'd be like, alright, we got Champions League football. Now, let's build on it. Let's build on top of it. Let's see where we can go. Unfortunately, our manager that we had underachieved, when in reality, he had the players at his disposal. Like, he was playing Axel Disasi as a right back. For how long? When Malo Gusto was sat down on the bench, fit as a fiddle. And I'm like, you've got a right back there that's completely healthy, completely fit, and you're deciding to go with a fucking centre half and placing him in right back when he's never played there before. What the hell are you doing? You are supposed to be a top coach that's managed top clubs. What are you doing misprofiling players? Having Enzo Fernandez as like a second striker. That's not Enzo Fernandez. That's not how he plays. Enzo Fernandez likes to hold back a little bit and spray the long ball. Moises Caicedo, he likes to be that like Tasmanian devil. He's literally like another counter and loves to get stuck in. Runs around, intercepts play, gets hold of possession again and gives it back out. Plays a long ball if ever needed. Whether it be long straight or long diagonal. We've seen him do it this season. Let's be honest. Oh, yeah. That's why people put all these pot ginners were like, it's all why did he get sacked? Why do you think? He misprofiled players. He used them in the completely wrong way. And because of that, and he did that for 80% of the season last year, or last season, we didn't get to our goals. Top 4 in a trophy. And I know every other Chelsea fan that actually has a bit of common sense that is out there, and they will go, he's absolutely right. Our main goal was top 4 and a trophy. Whatever trophy it would have been. Whether it be Carabao Cup, FA Cup, I wouldn't have cared less. But as I said, would I have been satisfied if we'd just gotten top 4 instead without a trophy? I would have been satisfied. I go, right, let's build up on Let's build up and build on top of this. And next season, let's go win a fucking trophy or two. Because now we're in Champions League. Let's go win a trophy or two. Whether it be Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. And hopefully, let's see if we can start knocking on the door with the big boys above us. You know, let's see if we can. It's the whole point. It's the whole point of it is improving upon what you ended up on last season. And I get it. Like the players eventually came into eventually falling for, you know, having a lot of affection for Poch. Poch should have been more of a coach instead of a dad. Because these kids needed a coach, not a daddy. They needed a man who could coach them to be better, to bring the best version out of themselves. They didn't need a dad, they already got one. But with Enzo Maresca, like I said, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he does. I hope he proves everybody wrong and he comes in and goes, and just obliterates everybody's opinion. You know? I hope he comes in and absolutely lights it up, you know. All of the lights, just, I'm blind! And before we know it, we're like top 4, trophy, definite Conference League. I could see his, like, hey, this will be so bad if it comes to the end of next season. It's like, no trophy, mid-table. I'm like, ah! That's what I'll be like. If that is what happens, I'm going to be screaming. Because, like, I'm looking at, like I said, I've got two clubs, but two clubs that I am a fan of. I've got my hometown club that's in League 2. That did actually not too bad this season. They were actually fighting for playoff spots. I mean, they did choke it a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But that's what happens. We need a little bit more quality up top to bag in the goals. So that's that. We need to be patient now with my hometown club. I've got to be patient because I haven't seen anything about us getting in a new coach just yet. I keep up to date with both clubs, by the way. But now with Enzo Maresca coming in, we'll have to wait and find out. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see with them. And apparently Willie Caballero is coming back. Big Willie. Such a nice guy. He's Willie Caballero was a part of the Chelsea squad a few years ago now. Like he was one of the goalkeepers. He's a part apparently of the goalkeeper coaching staff of with Leicester, which is pretty damn awesome if I do say so myself. So it'd be awesome to see him back in blue. But I've seen a lot of people going about Maresca looks like this Donny from WWE. What was his name? What's his name? I don't know his name. I don't watch WWE. I don't watch WWE. And when I saw it, I was like, that's a little bit funny. I was like, that's a little bit funny because you do look a little bit alike. But yeah, I can't even imagine what we are going to be like next season. From what I've seen from Maresca and Leicester City this season, well, this season just gone. They look decent. And I do feel for Leicester a little bit as well. I do feel a little bit for them because we've just sort of jumped in and gone yank. we did it with Kante. We did it with Chilwell. Did we do it with one more? Drinkwater. I can't believe we signed him. That was a waste of money. No disrespect to Danny. I think he's a nice guy, but he was just never going to fit in our system whatsoever. He was never going to get playing minutes. He just wasn't. But no, we just came to last and just went, yoink, that's mine. That's mine, that's mine. Go away. Before we know it, Kante's buggered off. He's in Saudi now, I think, isn't he? I'm sure he's in Saudi now. If he isn't, let me know. Yeah, the drink water was like released or sold a while ago. And Chilwell's still at the club, but I do feel for Ben. I feel for Ben because he's just so injury prone. I do think that he needs to. I do think that maybe we need to look to get rid, because he hasn't been the same player ever since. Ever since that bit last injury. Since he's come back, he hasn't been the same guy. So I think it's time that we cut ties with him for that, because you can't keep hold of Deadwood. You can't keep hold of a player that is just not gonna be able to perform at the high standard anymore. He's got an error in him every single game. He's not as quick as he used to be, and also Pochettino played him in left fucking wing. One of the worst fucking decisions in management that I've ever fucking seen. One of the most biggest misprofile of players that I've ever seen. You Poch twat inners are all going to sit there and keep claiming that he's the Messiah. Fuck off. He played Ben Chilwell at left wing. He played Ian Matson as a winger before he didn't want him anymore. Shut up. I don't care. The guy has gone. It's now Enzo Maresca's time. Shut the fuck up. We don't care. All you doing is crying. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Go away. If you don't like it, shut up. Go cry somewhere else. Fucking aggravating. So all you folks are wanting is fucking attention. Because you think you're in the right. You're not in the right. At all. I do believe that Poch getting the sack was the right move to make. Because he was a clown. Misprofiling players and putting players in different positions. Huh? Having Enzo Fernandez play as a second striker when he was in centre midfield. Leaving Caicedo, leaving Moises all by himself in the midfield for months. For months. When are you all going to wake up? He left Caicedo in that midfield all alone. For fucking months and months. Saying to Moises, go ahead son, I know that you're like a little Kante. Get out there. And then, guess what happened? Guess what happened? As soon as he put in that, inverted fullback, as in Cucurella, and put him into the midfield a bit more, what do you think happened? Moises Caicedo wasn't alone anymore. He had help. He could do the things that he could do, and that's intercept, pick up loose balls, do all the grunt work, and then spring it out wide. Spring the long ball. Or find Enzo, and Enzo could spray the long ball. When are people going to realise it? When are these... That's the only reason why that happened. It wasn't because of Poch. It'll probably have been his coaching staff. Because that's what happens. Sometimes you have your own coaches that go, hey, yo, boss, why don't we try this instead? It's not just Pochettino, you know. It's not just, Pochettino, mastermind. It's the coaches as well. He's got a fucking whole bunch of coaching staff there. You pillocks. I hate it. I hate it when it is just the head coach that gets the praise. It's never always just the head coach. He's got other coaches there. Like, God knows how many. He'll have like 2 or 3 goalkeeping coaches. He'll have another 3 coaches that help out with either defence, attack, midfield. Set piece coaches. He'll have a whole bunch of coaches. He'll have a whole team that will sit down with him and go, yo, in the midfield, we're getting fucked royally every single game. Why don't we try this? How about we try Mark Kukurea in that inverted and try have him inverted to the midfield and help out Caicedo? By God, it's a genius. It's not always just the head coach. It's not. It's not always just the head coach. A lot of the times, it is due and down to who? The coaches, the coaching staff that are at the club as well. And they will speak to the manager like they always do. They're always in training sessions together. And they will go through footage and they'll have recruitment analysis. They'll have performance analysis. And they will go and watch the footage back over and over and over. And they'll realise what's the issue. Why do they keep losing? Or why are our players not doing as good as they should be doing? Or maybe because you're leaving Caicedo in the middle of the fucking field all by himself. And having Enzo go up the pitch with fucking Conor Gallagher or whoever, pretending to be another fucking striker. You fucking retard. Are you with me? Are you with me? Do you understand what I'm saying? All these pot chinners. I've just given you nothing but facts. Straight up facts. You're sat there going, hearing out my game. Yeah. Just accept it. Just accept it. Poch is gone because he couldn't do his job properly. He misprofiled players, playing them out of position, or leaving players stranded in the middle of the midfield, like the Moises Caicedo, thinking that he was going to fix everything and pick up every single loose ball when he's all on his own. If that was the case, you should have left another midfielder there. You could have had Conor Gallagher go and do his thing. If you wanted Enzo to help out in the attack, have him go. Then have either the left or the right back scooch in just a little bit and kind of help out in the midfield. Which he started to do, which Chelsea started to do for the last 5-6 games of the season. But that was only because of the coaching staff. Because the coaching staff went, let's try this. I do find it funny how a lot of people are like, oh, it's all the head coach. It's not always the head coach. It's the other coaches. The other coaches as well. You do know that he's got more than one fucking head coach. There's more than one coach. Like I said, there's goalkeeper coaches, there's set piece coaches, there's attack coaches, defence coaches, midfield coaches. If you have them all as a whole, you probably have about a team of like 10, 15 coaches as a whole. Because then those coaches will also be fitness coaches, and you'll also have performance analysis coaches. I could go on. You have all these coaches together in one team. Football Manager doesn't lie, by the way, about that stuff. That's real. That's how a club works. and I know this because it's common sense. You see the coaches that are behind the scenes. The head coach, the gaffer, the Pochettinos, your Ten Hags, your Peps. They're the ones that are in the limelight because they are the head coach. They're the manager. They're the gaffer. They're the senior out of all the coaches. But all those other coaches are still highly respected by the head coach. But why? Because the head coach has utilised and brought every single one of these coaches together to join his coaching staff. That's why. Dying. I don't doubt for a second. I don't doubt for a second that it was not Pochettino that came up with the inverted fullback. I very much believe it was one of his coaches. One of his coaches that said, we need to stop this now. Moises is getting done over in midfield because he's all on his own. Yeah, let's have Enzo go up and whatnot. How about we ask Mark or Reece or Bello? Let's ask him to come in and cut in and invert into that midfield to help Moises out. Whilst we are, on the defence or on the attack. Let's see if that works. Let's see if it works. And it did work. Neil. It's funny. It's just funny. It's just funny how all these potchers are just sort of like, yeah, but we don't like it. Bugger off. If you don't like it, just don't watch. But you can't do that because it's your club. So how about you shut up and accept it, move on. And also, people like Poch fans are going, oh, what's this about a championship manager coming here to do? We're settling standards to go for the championship manager. Frank Lampard, bitch, shut fuck up. We've done it before. Frank motherfucking Lampard. Remember? Huh? You remember how we managed Derby? In the championship before us, you retards. Hello, sailor. What the fuck? He managed Derby in the championship before coming to us. And guess what? He actually did a good job. Got top 4 and did okay in the tournaments, etc. He didn't do too bad. But we were satisfied because we weren't expecting that much from Frank. But he got us top 4. And we had a transfer ban. What are you talking about? Stop with the bullshit. A championship coach is more than capable of performing well and getting the best out of the players. As long as their structure and their tactics are sound. And Frank's were that season. The players wanted to play. You had young talent coming to the squad. Guess what we've got? Young talent filled with potential and needs a coach, a possession style coach, to help bring structure. Bring structure to that back line. And help that midfield and attack being more clinical. And that's what Maresca is actually quite good at. Maresca's really good at it. So, hold your fucking horses, shut the hell up, calm down, and give this manager a chance. I'm not saying give him time. I'm just going, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Let's wait until at least a fair few games have gone in. That's when we will be able to judge. I say normally 10 games. 10 games tells you a lot. 10 games into the league season, that tells you everything you need to know of what you can expect for the season is within 10 games. So pre-season, we will shut up and we'll see what he's got, and we'll be like, right, okay. Let's see what happens when we get into more competitive football. And if we are doing well, then shut up. We're happy. If we're doing bad, that's when we can go, right, I'll give you a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. We'll give you a few more games, and if it's not going, if no changes, or no change, or no improvement, you got to go. Some people are just clueless. And some people just want to be right. And some people just look for attention. Some people they just look for attention, in all honesty. I just sort of look at it and go, give this guy a chance. Give him a chance. Because we've done it before with Frank. We had a transfer ban and we got top fucking 4. It's not impossible to do it. If Frank could do it with a transfer ban and playing youth, and Poch couldn't do it with the amount of fucking talent that he had at his disposal. Doesn't matter about the injuries. Look at what he had at his disposal to go and get the wins. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? If Frank Lampard can get top 4 with a transfer ban in place, he had to play youngsters, he had to play youth, Chelsea youth. But then you've got youth and in abundance with God knows how much talent and God knows how much potential. And Pochettino is the one that doesn't get top 4 or a trophy. What are you talking about? If Frank could do it without transfers, he had a transfer ban in place. He came from Derby. Do you remember that Derby? Transfer ban in place. Played Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Reece James. Top 4. Pochettino had some of the experience there. Some good talent. Thiago Silva, just to name one. He had right backs as Reece James and Malo Gusto. Plays a fucking centre half at right back. Plays a left back in left wing. Plays a central midfielder who is a central midfielder. And plays him as a second striker. What are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you hear the words that I'm saying to you? This is what Pochettino did throughout the entire season. And then when things didn't go his way, what the fuck did he do? He went and bitched and moaned about, injuries. You've got the personnel there to utilise. The fuck are you talking about? Injuries. Grow a pair. Grow up. You've got players there to utilise. Malo Gusto on the bench is going, hey, can I get a game? Playing Raheem Sterling when he was completely, utterly out of depth, like dog shit. Completely, unbelievably bad. Well, that's where we're going to have to leave for today. Let me know what you think of the whole Morasca appointment. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Take care and